Hello, so I just filmed a look with the new Jones Rose products that I got, and it was my first impression of flushed bronze and then one of the foundation sticks, or one of the concealer sticks, and I was kind of really disappointed with it. So I just posted the video, and then I was like, you know what? I think I just need to take off my makeup part of this because it wasn't that much of a heavy look anyways, and just try it again. So I'm going to, what I did, I went back in, did the same things as far as skincare. I re-put on my lotion, re-put on my eye cream, and then I went in with just a touch of Tatcha Silk Canvas right here on my cheeks, which is for me roping out the big guns, because that's usually if I need to have some sort of pore filling product, that's the one I go to. I just use a really small amount of this. So let's get into it. I just figured I would do my foundation and then this other stuff on camera, and then I'm going to use the Jones Road as my concealer, and then I'm going to go in with the bronze and the flushed, okay? So we're going to start out with Sneaky Balm. This is the shade N12. I've been using this pretty much since I started this YouTube channel. I started posting more on this YouTube channel. And I really like this. It just blends so well. It gives a really nice light coverage, but a believable light coverage. I always start with my chin on this just because that's where I tend to have the most issues going on. So starting chin and then working my way up. But obviously wherever's your, whatever area that you have more issues with, I always recommend starting there. And then you put less on, You're just putting it on the areas that are troublesome. Okay. I'm gonna go up between my eyes. My forehead's looking good today. I'm not gonna put too much on my forehead, just so that it matches the shade of the foundation. Alright, so super quick. And that's the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. Okay, so then we're gonna go in with the concealer from Jones Road. And I already right away, I think this is pretty good. I'm interested to see kind of the longevity of it. I'm just gonna put it at my darkest spots and blend it with my finger, because that seemed to work well in the last video. I've got a little kind of purpley blue section right here. Okay. And that does a good job of just kind of quickly evening that out. I'm just gonna lightly put this on here. It seemed like if I didn't blend it too much, it did kind of a good job covering that last time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more, just lightly tap around it. I think that looks pretty good. Is there anything else I want to get with it? I mean, so what's nice is the Sneaky Balm does even out a lot of my redness, and it's so quick. So this really is a spot concealer at this point. This is pretty red right here. Okay, so I think that's a good base. Super quick. I think a 3-minute base. Pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to go into the bronze first, and then we will go into the flush. And that's really what I'm interested to see what happens here. I think I'm going to really like this. So what I liked this on, where I thought it made the most difference, was on top of my forehead. So again, that's where I'm going to put it. And I mean, I am kind of excited to have a bronzer that I think I like on my forehead, especially one of these creamy ones. I mean, the only other one, I have Butter Biscuit from Fenty, and I do like that, but I'm looking for something more clean beauty. So it would be what, I mean, I think that looks really good. I'm kind of surprised by how much I like it. I went in a little bit heavier right away because I know from last time that it doesn't really get that heavy. So it's interesting because it did kind of just gel my hair down there. It's kind of funny, but yeah, super believable, not too dark. And then what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this in the back of my cheeks. And I'm going to put it over, because I do have some redness in the back of my cheeks sometimes. I'm just going to try and put it over that to kind of neutralize any of that without really adding like concealer. I didn't really add much there at all. Okay, let's add, I didn't really add a lot on my bridge of my nose, but let's add a little bit there. I'm not going to go down here because that's a spot that has more, the pores are more visible. So I'm just going to go right over that bridge where I have a lot of freckling like to begin with. Okay, and I'm going to kind of just rub that in before I go in with the blush. It makes me want to use my hand wipe to like just quickly get it off, but I don't want to put that, like the hand wipe. I have a micellar wipes from MAC, but I don't want to put that into the Balm formula. So I'm very pleased with the bronze on my forehead. To you, it might look like nothing, but like for me, I can see a kiss of warmth there, and it's really not obvious, which I'm really enjoying. Okay, so then we're going to go back in with Flushed. Let's see if this looks better this time. I have that little hole there. It's so funny that you have to do that with these. Okay. It makes sense from like if it was like a wax, like you push down into it, but it's an interesting, like it instantly doesn't look that pretty, which is funny. Okay, so we're gonna go both hands at the same time. I'm really trying to see, do my pores look accentuated? Okay, one more layer. I think that I have better coverage maybe because of the fact that I have a little bit of that foundation underneath. And I think that because this is such an emollient product, like a cheek is a good spot for me because my cheeks tend to be dry. But I think like they said this Miracle Balm is like one of the only ones they don't recommend putting everywhere unless you're like, if you're really fair. But I do think like, I like that it's emollient on my cheeks, but I don't really want my hair sticking to it. Okay, so let's look at it this time. I do like it better than no makeup. And I do think it's not accentuating my pores. So I put the silk canvas under it and I put on a little bit of that Sneaky Balm, and I think it's helping a lot. I like the color and I like how it's looking on my cheeks way better. Okay, let's do one more little layer just to see if we can get a little more color payoff. Because I know they say it's really pigmented. I mean, I'm going in obviously very lightly. I do like the scent a lot. It's very like botanical. Okay. So I think this time looks a lot better. I'm actually really happy about that. I was worried that it just wasn't going to work, but I think just using it, I mean, I'm not using it over much, right? I'm using it over a very light foundation, and you know, I used the Jones Road concealer as a really light concealer. That was a 3-minute face. I did think that the silk canvas really helped with the pore accentuation that was happening with the Sneaky Balm, so I used that, and that seemed to definitely do the trick. I like the color now. It's so natural looking, right? Let's see. Let's add a little bit of that highlight back. I did just show, I just did a quick video talking about this highlighter because I was really excited when I put that on. I was a little like, obviously I was focusing on Jones Road for the last video, but I really liked how pretty this looked. This Mob Beauty 43 shade as a highlighter. Yeah, that is super pretty. I love how that looks. I mean, this is already a super glowy look, right? I'm trying not to like, I'm trying to like kind of dab swipe just because this is so, not greasy, but like definitely emollient underneath. I love that. That is such a pretty eyeshadow that turns to highlighter. Okay, so I do want to go back because while I noticed that when I was blending out the blush, this immediately went away. So let's put a little bit more of that on top of it to see. And then I'm just going to quickly dab around the edge of it. It definitely seemed to help. It just seems like I've not found the product that has gotten rid of that yet. Okay, so second thoughts, second attempt in the same day with the Jones Road. The bronze, I could see myself using that a lot as a bronzer on my forehead specifically. I don't think it did much to the rest of my face, but I like it for my forehead, and I'm totally good with having a product like you'll probably see me using that. The flushed I think is really pretty. I think it's really like subtle and it is reflective, which I really like. It feels a little bit sticky, so I'm interested to see how that kind of wears through the day and if it just kind of fades away. I do think that the pore accentuation was definitely minimized by my silk canvas, and I think I would have to wear it with the foundation to just not have it look like literal extra redness on my skin. All right, thanks for watching.